Well, thanks for visiting us here at ArklaTexHomepage.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Tuesday morning forecast update. Little good news, bad news. The good news is the rain will not be as heavy today, so don't anticipate we'll see as many flash flood warnings as what we experienced yesterday. Bad news is we're still going to see a push of heavy rainfall tonight and tomorrow morning. So I think it's Wednesday morning when we could see some additional flooding and a lot of issues on some of the roadways. But so far, so good this morning. We do have the colder air taking over, so there's a lot of mist occurring, but as far as accumulating rain, not seeing a whole lot of that, but do notice there is a batch of showers and isolated thunderstorms that's popped up between Houston and Dallas, and that's what is going to be shifting in through the morning. So my hope is that most of you can make it off to work, to school before the heavier rain starts to set in today. But even if we do see some steadier showers, just due to the cooler air that we have in place, again, the accumulations today will be a little bit lighter than what we experienced yesterday. Maybe most locations today between about a half inch and an inch of rain, and could see some isolated spots pick up higher than that. But again, on radar this morning, much different picture than yesterday's. Things starting out on a quiet note for most of us. The cold front has basically pushed through the entire region at this point. Eventually, it's going to start to move back north as a warm front, which will start to bring that heavy rain threat again tonight and tomorrow. So at the moment, we do have temperatures in the 40s and 50s. It is another one of those days. Temperatures not likely to budge much since we do have that chilly north wind. We're not going to see any sunshine, so not much movement to the temperatures. I have forecast highs today, upper 40s across northeast Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Shreveport maybe up to about 54 degrees. That may be pushing it. Shreveport maybe even coming in a little bit cooler than that, and 57 today in Natchitoches. So the upper level low now in the desert southwest here continues to turn the weather pattern in our direction. It is going to stay fairly rainy here in the upcoming days. A look at FUTURECAST for this morning. It does bring in some rain about 8, 9 o'clock, especially across our East Texas counties. So that's where we may see the most issues as far as rain for the morning commute. Will be another day where we do experience rain for much of the day. Again, lighter totals today just due to the cooler air that we have in place, but fairly widespread, steady light rain still playing out this afternoon, this evening, and you'll see thunderstorms start to pick up as we go through tomorrow morning. Doesn't look like we'll see any severe weather threat today or tomorrow. There is a severe weather threat east of us tomorrow. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. If the system were to slow somewhat, we could see maybe some of our easternmost counties and parishes in Arkansas and Louisiana maybe see a bit of a high wind threat Wednesday. But the way it's looking right now, the rain, the storm's coming in early enough that we won't see that set up. The downside to that is that we're going to be dealing with some heavy rain for the morning commute on Wednesday. So I do expect, just given the several inches of rain that we saw yesterday, maybe an additional inch today. Most of the rain that hits the ground tomorrow morning immediately going to run off in some of the streets, so there will be a lot of roadway flooding the way it's looking tomorrow morning. So something to just keep in mind here. And you see the thunderstorms really popping up tomorrow afternoon to the east of us. We'll deal with some lingering rain Wednesday afternoon, but here comes the drying trend for us finally late Wednesday into Thursday morning. So here's a look at the flash flood watch. Again, expecting that we'll still see those 4 to 6 inch accumulations in the watch area. There is some discussion with the Weather Service that they are going to move the flash flood watch north or include more of our counties in northeast Texas and Arkansas. That may include the Texarkana area, and the reason for that, a lot of the forecast models now showing the heavier rain pushing a little bit further to the north here. So we'll put this into motion. This will include anything that we see today and tomorrow, and you see those 3 to 4 inch accumulations now along I-30 from Texarkana down through Mount Pleasant, and a lot of the forecast models are showing that, which is why we may see that watch get pushed further to the north here. But even if we only saw another 2 inches of rain in Shreveport, just given the heavy rain that we did see yesterday, it would likely cause some issues as far as roadway flooding tomorrow morning. We'll keep it in the 50s, again, drying out Thursday and Friday. We do have some additional rain that will move in Saturday and Sunday. The weekend rain doesn't look particularly heavy at this point, but unfortunately it looks like next week we are going to see a similar scenario, which we see a front stall across the region, so we could be looking at several inches of rain next Monday through Wednesday as well.